Good morning. Welcome to Unit 7, Week 1, Lesson 2. Lesson 1 was basically you just watching the video for introduction to the text of our new unit. So the unit you were looking at is going to look like this, and it's how does conflict shape society? So you will have watched this video and then completed this lesson, Lesson 1, explaining just answering your ideas to the guiding questions. That's what you just did. Now, in this lesson, we are going to be identifying key details and determine the main idea in a passage called Yankee Doodle Boy. It is a diary excerpt about one soldier's experience of preparing for battle. So this is a primary source. Just like you guys are writing your journals right now every day, this is a journal of a boy who was in the American Revolution. So I want you to underline key details. But here, you're going to be writing your key details, and you're going to be summarizing the main idea as we go. So in our section, it's going to tell you which section you're summarizing. We're going to start with the introduction. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to open up to Yankee Doodle Boy. I'm going to make sure I have my annotating tools out. Today, I'm going to go ahead and use maybe a pink, purpley pink. All right, the introduction is this, this part up here. Okay. Yankee Doodle Boy, excerpts from the diary of Private Joseph Plum Martin by Joseph Plum Martin. It was the year 1776, and the 13 American colonies had declared their independence from Great Britain. Joseph Plum Martin was just 15 years old, but he wanted to help the new nation. He became one of about 200,000 who enlisted to fight the British in the American Revolution. When he was 70 years old, Joseph Plum Martin published a narrative of some of the adventures, danger, and suffering of a revolutionary soldier. In the excerpts below, he tells of the British surrender at the Battle of Yorktown in 1781. Okay, so we need to go and find some main details. So I'll remind you what this is. We're going to find our main idea looking for key details. The main idea is what the text is mostly about. The title, the related words, pictures, main idea. These supporting details tell us all these things. We're looking for plot. We're looking for setting. We're looking for characters, or in this case, actual people who lived. So we're looking for the time, the place, all of that. So I'm going to go back over to this one. And so I'm going to look for the setting. I know it's the year 1776. This is about fighting for independence. So it has to do with Great Britain and America. And then we have a boy named Joseph Plum Martin, 15 years old. And then later, when he was 70 years old, and he's fighting. Okay. He published, that's like a book, published a book. In the excerpts below, he tells of the British surrender at the Battle of Yorktown in 1781. So in these few pages, that's what we're going to be looking for, is this one battle. Clearly, the war was a lot longer than just one battle. You have multiple battles in a war, but he was just going to be describing this one, and it's an excerpt, so it's not his entire journal, it's just part of it. So I want to go ahead and summarize this. I have to write about the year, who wrote it. It's a war between America and Great Britain. When he was 70, he published a book, and this excerpt's about the Battle of Yorktown. So over here, I want to write my key details in a sentence. 15-year-old Joseph Plum Martin kept a diary of his experiences as a soldier in the Revolutionary War. Okay. I might add, he published his diary at the age of 70. Okay. Now we have the main idea. Joseph Plum Martin's diary is an important primary source. that shows the Revolutionary War through the eyes of a teenager. That is why I want you guys writing your journals, because I want you to be like Joseph Plum Martin. I want you to be this person that 250 years from now, someone can come back and read your journal and know what it was like. So let's go to paragraphs 1 through 3. I'm going to just go ahead and annotate paragraph 1. I'm going to be reading aloud. I'll do 1 through 3. That'll be good. So we're doing 1 through 3. Soon after landing, we marched to Williamsburg, where we joined General Lafayette. Okay, so they're marching, they're going to Williamsburg, and they're marching. And very soon after, our whole army arriving, we prepared to move down and pay our old acquaintance, the British, at Yorktown a visit. Okay, so we have an army, and they're talking about visiting the British. That means going and attacking them. Okay, so I might, like over here, I might put a little note because I want to put a little note. So, visit. Oops, that needs to be the proper noun. Okay, I'm going to go back to my stylus. There it is. We went on and soon arrived and encamped in their neighborhood. Here again, we encountered our old associate, Hunger. Okay, so they're encamping, so they're setting up camp. And they're in the British's neighborhood, so they're close. And they're hungry. Okay. We now began to make preparations for laying close siege to the enemy. So siege, I wonder what siege means. So I might put a little question mark here. Just to kind of remind myself. So over in our text, basically the whole army's moving. They're preparing to move down, visit at Yorktown. We went on and arrived and encamped. We began to make preparations for laying close siege to the enemy. So here, I'm going to use my tools over here, and I'm going to go ahead and do a 2-finger click or a right finger, and I'm going to say define siege. Move myself over here. It's a military operation in which enemy forces surround a town or building, cutting off essential supplies. Ooh, so they're surrounding and they're trying to cut off supplies for the British who are at Yorktown. Okay. So we want to summarize our main idea. Basically, Joseph and his army are settling down near Yorktown to lay siege on the British to cut off their supplies. Okay? Okay, I spelled that wrong. Oh, it's I-E. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're going to do. And at the very end, this is going to be your writing. You're going to be rereading paragraphs 7 and 8. You're going to generate one main idea statement for this section. Record the main idea and the 2 details. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this first reading of Yankee Doodle Boy.